Welcome back to Amy Rose Reads Scooby Doo on Zombie Island 1997 version. I'm Amy Rose. Now let's continue where we left off. Hello? Velma answered the phone. She noticed that Fred was on the phone. Freddy? Jinkies? Sounds great. Count me in. Freddy cheered. Velma cheered. Sorry. When the next scene shows Scooby and Shaggy, who both got fired after eating the food in the airport office area, Shaggy answered the phone when it rang. Like, hello? Shaggy answered on the phone. Fred? Zoinks! Busy? Nah. Scooby and I were just taking some time off. Rare! Scooby replied. The scene transitions to Daphne standing at the front of her house. Fred pulled up to her house. Sorry I'm late, Daph. The traffic was brutal, Fred said as he stepped out of the van. I was starting to like this 1997 version of the movie. It was just like the 1998 version of Scooby Doo on Zombie Island from what I remembered. When Fred opened the back of the door of the van, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby shouted, "Surprise!" It was Daphne's birthday, so the gang all hugged her. Thanks, you guys, Daphne smiled. Gosh, it's great to see you all. I hope you don't mind, but I asked the gang to come along, Fred replied as Daphne hugged his best friend. Ugh. Thanks, Fred. This is the best birthday ever, Daphne replied as Scooby licked their faces. It's great to see you, Scoob, Fred chuckled. Velma then showed Scooby and Shaggy a box of Scooby snacks. To the two, had a couple of snacks, but they were a bit stale. Rook! Huh? Was that Scooby Doo? We're going to New Orleans to solve a mystery in Louisiana, Fred announced. New Orleans had the best food in the world, Daphne added. And the best ghosts, Velma also added. I hope so, Daphne replied. Well, let's get going. Hold it. There's just one more thing. Fred revealed the Mystery Machine logo and pulled off Daphne's TV show banner off of it. Yes, Velma cheered. Mystery Inc. is back in business. With that being said, the gang all go out to solve the real ghosts and monsters, but no luck as you can tell. The ghosts and monsters they find are people in costumes. Daphne was bummed out by this. She and the gang were in Louisiana, in New Orleans. New Orleans, Louisiana. I've got a show to do. I need real-life ghosts, Daphne said. I want a house that is real haunted. There is, a voice of a woman said. I work there as a maid, and the house is really haunted in Moonscar Island. Jinkies, Velma was amazed and surprised. My name's Lena Dippery. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly. Lena said to introduce herself. Fred Jones, Fred replied. This is Velma Dinkley and Daphne Blake. Moonscar Island? Daphne asked in confusion. Where's that? It's in a bayou, not far from it. A pirate named Moonscar died on the island, and his spirit is said to haunt the place, Lena replied. That's just vague, Fred brushed it off. It's pretty much just some guy in a pirate costume to scare others off. The ghost is real, if you're too scared to go, Lena replied. If you want to check it out, I'll be leaving as soon as I'm finished shopping. The way Lena said those lines sounded like she was flirting with Fred. Kind of like I'd be flirting with Sonic at the moment. Oh, sorry, I got a little off topic. Lena is kind of cute, Fred said about Lena. This made Daphne not happy. Fred! Daphne scowled. Jinkies, Velma exclaimed with shock. In Moonscar Island, there have been some people going missing on the island. No bodies were found in decades. Sounds creepy, Daphne replied. We better go before Lena takes off. The scene cuts to Shaggy and Scooby eating a huge sandwich, as they always did. Come on, you guys. We found a haunted house to check it out. Fred said to Shaggy and Scooby as the scene fades to the gang following Lena in her pickup truck to drive to a ferry boat. The gang drove to the ferry. A man who who was driving the ferry named Jack was telling the gang stories of pirates and people going missing. Morgan Moonscar is the famous pirate of the bayou, Jack said as he talks about more stuff. But it was confusing about what happened on the island since he talked almost too fast. Here is the island, Jack said as he lets Lena and the gang out of the ferry with their vehicles. Hang on, the roads are bumpy, Lena warned. The gang followed Lena through the roads of Moonscar Island. It was very creepy. The swamp all around looked like it was from the 1930s, but 10 times more creepy than it already is. In the distance, as the movie shows, a house was coming into view. Wow, there's one haunted house, Daphne said, as Freddy is holding a video camera, capturing every moment. When he sees a ton of cats around the property, Scooby went nuts about jumping out on the mystery machine and causing a riot. Scooby, leave them alone, Daphne called out to Scooby. Scooby, stop! Shaggy called as he grabbed Scooby Doo by the collar. As soon as he bumped into another woman who walked out of the haunted house. Who bought this dog? A woman with the short blonde hair, and she pointed at Scooby. The gang apologized to the owner of the house about Scooby. Then they explained about what they were doing here. So Lena explained to the owner of the house more stuff, and the woman introduced herself as Simone. Your house is beautiful, Daphne said. How old is it? Fred asked. It's been in the family for many years, Simone explained. It was a pepper plantation. Some of the hottest peppers grow on this island. So Simone, is your house really, Velma began, haunted? Simone asked, Velma interrupting her sentence. Yes, it is an old house with restless spirits. You can look around if you want. I would be more flattered if you're going into taping. With that being said, Lena explained that her new gardener named Bo would fix the damage. So the gang looked around the house, while Scooby and Shaggy snuck into the kitchen to eat as usual. So far, this 1997 version of Scooby Doo on Zombie Island was interesting. It was just like the 1998 version of the movie. But since this was a beta version, I was getting more interested in what was going to happen next. The next scene shows Shaggy and Scooby eating the food, as they always do when they see food. The gang were in the lounge area where Shaggy and Scooby screamed. They screamed because of the fact that the peppers were so hot. A few minutes later, Shaggy and Scooby screamed again. Peppers again? Daphne asked. Riding, Scooby replied. Ghost riding? This place is haunted, Shaggy explained, as the words writing was Get Out in the 1998 version of the movie, but in this 1997 version was more disturbing. I paused the movie and looked at the writing more closely, and it said, Get out or you'll die. Now that is a bit disturbing for a kid's movie, but this is a better version of the 1998 Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, so I brushed it off. Daphne explained about the spirits of the mansion being haunted. When a cold wind blew through Daphne, she shook her head. God, who in the world opened the window? Daphne did sound like she had freak out, and mild swearing in a kid's show is not too bad. But usually there was never swearing in Scooby Doo. I could see that the writing also said something else under the first writing. The second writing said, They're coming for you. Now that was even more disturbing than the first message. But I knew the house was haunted, so stuff like this was to be expected. Isn't this great stuff or what? Daphne was getting excited at this point. She's into scary and freaky stuff. I was into that stuff too. And this is where I will stop for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 of Amy Rose Reads Scooby Doo on Zombie Island 1997 version.